Hey everyone, welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to be going through 5 ways to wear this linen shirt. This shirt I picked up from H&M. I'll link that haul right here. It is the only thing I ended up keeping from that haul. Mainly just because I think I've just moved past H&M stuff. I never really was a big H&M person, but every so often I ordered from them. This one I really liked. I believe it is 55% linen and 45% rayon, which was what most of that haul was really geared towards their linen. So yeah, this is the one piece that I really liked from there. So I kept it, and I'm gonna show you a bunch of different ways that you can style this shirt. And yeah, this is a part of a new series I'm doing. Anytime I bring in a new piece of clothing, my goal is to make sure that I can wear it in at least 5 unique ways. Just really thinking about formulas and how it goes with many of the different things in my closet to create multiple outfits. Because I don't want to be bringing in things that can't be used regularly. So anyway, that's the whole goal of this series. I've already got one video up that is the Marie dress that I got from Saison, so go ahead and check that out. I'll link the playlist as well, so you can check out all the styling series if you want. I've got a few more pieces I know I need to film because I ordered 2 new pieces from Saison. So yeah, if you're into this kind of stuff, if you want some style inspiration, go ahead and subscribe. But let's get into it. Obviously this is outfit number 1. I wore this shirt today. This is not one of the outfits that I planned out, but this is a very me outfit. Like a wide, this is basically my summer uniform, honestly. It's a wide leg flowy pant and a button-up shirt tucked in. I feel very it's a little masculine. I could wear some jewelry with it today. I just didn't feel like going through that hassle, but it is a more masculine look, but you can definitely make it a lot more feminine if you want to, either through the print of the shirt, the drape of it, or through your jewelry and things like that, your hairstyle, your makeup. Like, an outfit and a vibe is like the whole package. So just because the clothing pieces themselves are masculine doesn't mean the outfit has to feel overly masculine. But this is definitely leaning into the more I've been feeling the eclectic grandpa lately, let's just put it that way. Anyway, I've got a couple of outfits. The first one I want to show you is pairing it with jeans. I've got a pair of regular denim jeans and a pair of white denim, and I think those create some very different looks and feels. Obviously you could pair these with pretty much any kind of denim and it would work, because this blue and white striped top is just such a classic shirt, you know what I mean? I love that it's a bigger stripe. A lot of times blue and white shirts are often thinner stripes, but I love a bigger, brighter stripe, so that's my vibe. These are frame, they're slight barrel leg. I've been finding myself cuffing them, making them a little bit more tapered in, and just depends on the shoe and stuff like that, but I really do love this wider cut, seam at the bottom or opening at the bottom. It's just nice and breezy for summer. They're a bit more fitted. I have a bunch of wide leg pants that I would throw this on with. It would be a slightly more relaxed look with a baggier pant, so that's an option if you want to go for something a little bit more relaxed. If I wore it with another high-waisted pair of pants tucked in with a boot, that because they're longer and they're a bit more flared, that would be a bit more of a polished look. But this, I think, is kind of the vibe that I would go for most often. It's kind of this dressy casual, I guess you could say. A pair of nice little flat sandals, and then I am wearing it with my Loewe puzzle because it has these yellow accents, and I'm loving the blue white yellow combo for summer. That's a color combination I'm really drawn to right now, but I love the pops of yellow. Blue and yellow is such a great combo as well, and they're both the color of the season this year, I think. So anyway, and apparently a baby pink, which I'm not into. So yeah, I think this is just a really easy, I knew this would be easy. This is exactly how I imagined myself wearing it, but I think, like I said, a pair of white denim can really change, and the shoe you pair with it can really spiff it up a bit. So I'm gonna show you that. Okay, white denim. there's a lot of styling techniques that went into this as well to make it look more polished. Like I've tucked the shirt in fully. It is an oversized shirt, so I've made sure to sort of like fold it over in the front to create this sort of like almost pleating effect along the side to kind of keep the material tucked in. And then on the back, I'm letting it kind of billow out a little bit, just so it all kind of falls nicely and doesn't like drape over weirdly in the front. These are just some Madewell jeans that I picked up a few years ago. I like to keep them cuffed around the ankle. I don't know, I'm loving the whole cropped thing. Something about letting my ankles breathe when I'm in a tighter pair of pants. I just really enjoy it. I appreciate it. But yeah, like I said, I mean, this is just very summery feeling. It's a great office outfit. I think if you walked into the office, you would just be perfect in this. Brown accents again in the belt, and then I went for the pollen this time because as much as I love the Loewe, it's just a little funkier. Like the bag itself is just a little funkier, and bringing in those extra colors with the ochre and the yellow. I guess ochre and yellow are the same thing, but you've got oat and brown and yellow. This just keeps it a little bit more of a confined color palette, which people generally associate with like a bit more upscale, a bit more elegant. I don't necessarily always agree with that, but that is kind of why I went with that choice. It does sort of pare it back a little bit. And the architecture of this bag adds all of the interest we need. Like, that's why I love this bag so much. It's such a beautifully designed bag. And then I just did a kitten heel. These are Vince Camuto, a little cream kitten heel. Like, again, very much like an office outfit. I would, if you are a churchgoer, this seems like it would be fine in most people's churches. Or, like a brunch if you're looking for that. Any kind of thing. So it's just a bit more elevated than the other look. I could easily bring this down by untucking the shirt and putting on those brown sandals. That would make it a lot more beachy. It's the extras that go into the outfit that create that vibe. So this shirt, totally different vibes, different pairs of jeans, but I could do either of those vibes with any of the jeans. So there you go. All right, I've got, I think next we are exploring a linen pant situation. I have to look at my notes. Also, where'd my gin and tonic go? Okay, so this would be me on like a boating day or a picnic at the beach kind of a situation. I don't currently own a bikini. It's not something I'm on the hunt for. If you have recommendations, please let me know. But yeah, I don't currently own like a swimsuit top that would go with this, or any swimsuit top that's not a one piece. So what I would probably do is wear these pants over my bikini. I probably would maybe wear this yellow top if we were going to be like going to a nicer restaurant or something like that, or like if I was going into a store and I'd wear it over my swimsuit. But this is kind of like, I think, a great going to and from the beach kind of a look, or hanging out on somebody's boat, like I said. I find also what I appreciate, okay, so sorry, I should run you through this outfit as well. These are Everlane linen pants. I think these are called the high-rise drape. Anyway, I got them last summer and they're great, but they're very see-through. They don't have any kind of lining, and so then I've kind of been like, I want to be able to wear them out, but I ended up buying a different pair of pants that's a thicker white material that is more summery. And I also have a pair of Zimmermann linen pants that I'm going to show you as more like an elevated full linen look. But yeah, these are very see-through. So I really like wearing this untucked to cover the back. Because there are pockets in the front and they are lined, it's not quite as see-through in the front, but it definitely is in the back. And so even if you're wearing like a nude color pair of underwear, it's going to show through. It just is. That is the hazard of wearing white linen, especially if it's not lined. So anyway, I like having this untucked to kind of provide some coverage in the back. And then it also just is nice and easy and breezy, and it's a perfect beach day outfit. Big old wicker bag I picked up at a market. It's fantastic. So yeah, that's sort of my going to the beach look. Full linen. I'm pretty sure this top is linen. It's current season Gap. It feels like it's a linen blend or a full cotton blend. I'm not sure. But either way, it's very breathable. It's very nice. I've been wearing a lot I have been wearing it a lot lately. So yeah, I'll link all of it because I think all of this is still stuff you can buy. Like these are kind of core Everlane, and this was this year's Gap. So, but yeah, full kind of me going to the beach look. Let me tell you, these Zimmermann pants have always been a little tight, but they're very tight right now. They're fine actually, but I have a hard time getting them over my hips. So, need to hit the gym. Okay, so this is very elevated full linen, 100% linen, linen blend. It's a lot more elevated than the beach look, obviously. So that's partially because of the cut of these Zimmermann pants. I mean, one, the quality of the linen is probably a little bit higher than the Everlane pants. It's just a thicker linen as well. They are lined, and I mean, like, there's a fabric belt that goes with it. Like, they're just a much nicer cut. Just the way it falls and is cut, it's just a bit more, yeah, it's just a bit more elevated. So I think there's that. Also, the way that I have tied this around creates some interesting lines here, gives it a crop look. It's still very casual. I could tuck it in and make it look a lot nicer, although honestly these pants are so tight that I don't think that would be a good idea. But yeah, I think this is a really lovely, still kind of casual because it's linen, and linen is just like a lived-in casual feel. But it's an elevated linen, it's an elevated casual. You can see, like, yeah, just a really nice outfit. I would definitely go to like brunch in this. This would be appropriate for the office. This is like, I don't know if you're a country club person and you do lunch there or something like that, I don't know. But yeah, I think that this is just a really nice outfit. It fits my aesthetic, and like my more feminine aesthetic is very much like in this vein. And I told you, my summer wardrobe is wide leg pants and a button-up shirt. So this is very keeping in that, but it's just a slightly different feel to it, if you will. Oh, this is the Pinko Love bag. I've had this for a while. It's kind of this nudie pink, back in my little white kitten heels. And I have been wearing the jewelry, obviously. You probably saw me put it on or have noticed. Anyway, so yeah, that is a full linen look. In the words of Barney Stinson, suit up. I love this suit. I own 2 suits, more or less. This is probably my only like full meant to be together suit. It's from Cezanne, of course. Cezanne does a lot where you can kind of like mix and match their different blazers and their different pants. Like they do sort of create the ability to put together a suit without actually producing like suits that they sell, if that makes sense. Anyway, I forget what the name of these pants are, but I will try. I think they're no, they're not the Theophilo. They might be the Mateo. I will link them in the description box below. These are probably, I think, 2 seasons old now, so probably not available anymore, but I know that the style of pant and the style of blazer are still available. So forget what these are called. This is called the Michael blazer, I believe. I'm pretty sure it's the Michael blazer. Again, I will link it. And they do these in, they also have like their Christie jacket, which is a bit more of a tailored, I think more, it's a different cut of blazer. But anyway, I really loved this cut of blazer. It's like one of my favorite styles from them, but the whole suit is a little oversized, and I love kind of different tones of blue being used. I love that it's really bright and like fun. So I just, yeah, I like a suit that is a little bit unexpected. And I separate them and use them all the time in a bunch of different outfits. So it's been a really good investment to buy these pieces. This obviously goes great with it. I also think, I've already said like blue and yellow is a great combination. Blue and a pink, blue and a red would be fun. That can feel a little, it depends on the red, you know what I mean? Like a tangerine orange would be a really fun pop. You're getting very like island colors, you know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, and you can also, obviously you can do like black and brown and white. But I just really liked this sort of like pop of color. Feel very put together, but very fun at the same time. So this would be a great office outfit. Obviously you can take your jacket off at any point and wear them as separates. I decided to keep with the white accent in the belt. I didn't want to put on my white slingbacks. So I put on these Ked slides that I just got. They're canvas, they're a sneaker style. It keeps it feeling casual. To me, I mean, I could put on a pair of white pumps or the slingbacks, but it started to feel a little too like, I don't know, it didn't feel authentic to me. So this is a much more like how I would suit up. And then I put in with the Pollen, this is the Cyme, this is the canvas version, and it is a little bit of a brown accent. Sorry, the camera died. Yeah, I was just saying it brings in a little bit of brown, but generally the palette is very blue and white, and I like that. Again, that simple palette. Yeah, fun outfit. I was gonna put on a white version of this, but honestly, I'm feeling a little lazy, and I think that you guys can use your imagination and understand that this shirt would go great with an all-white suit. You could also wear it with a black suit because, again, blue and black go really well together, and this would be a fresh, fun pop against that black. Although I don't really love a black suit in winter, and it's just, or sorry, in summer. I don't love a black suit in summer. I think go for color, go for fun. Blue and this tone of brown would be great if you have kind of like a nice camel-y brown tan suit, or if you have a pink suit, pink and blue go great. Again, a yellow suit, like sky's the limit. If you have a colorful suit, pair it with blue, I'm sure it'll look great. So, but yeah, this is how I would do this shirt with my suiting. Really struggling to get my feet in the frame. Because you want to see the shoes, it's part of the outfit. Anyway, this is probably one of my favorite outfit combinations just because it's just so easy and comfortable, but it's still a little bit more elevated than like a pair of denim shorts or something. Totally cool, and you can definitely make a pair of denim shorts look nice, but I find that my day-to-day style is just a little bit more elevated, and that's partially because I really like tailoring. These shorts are quite tailored. Well, they have tailoring aspects of them. These are from Saison. They are the Rome short, and I have had them for at least 4 years now. I love them, would repurchase them in an instant if something happened to these ones, and fortunately for me, Saison does still make this exact pair. I have tried other like materials of the Rome short, and I have found that this one is my absolute favorite. Although I see they have a green pair, and I think I'm gonna try. I feel like I've ordered the green pair before, but I'm gonna try again. We'll see. Sometimes they do the same style of something in a different like color or material, and especially when they change the material, it can really change how the piece comes out. So anyway, I would highly recommend giving the Rome short a try, specifically this pair, will link below. Paired it with a black Saison tank top, and a pair of black Dulce Vita sandals, which have a little bit of silver hardware on them. Matches really nicely with my Strathberry's silver hardware. This is the Strathberry Soft East West. I love this bag. It's one of my favorites. And that's really it. I mean, I've casually tucked it in, so like in the back it's still kind of draping. I've got it like tucked in just a little bit if you can see, but I like the volume and the drape in the back. And then I just kind of did like a really loose tuck in of the ends of the shirt, so it kind of created this like wide open, like, you know what I mean? It's doing the thing. So yeah, so really comfortable and easy. Probably would have swapped out the jewelry for silver jewelry had I thought about that or cared enough to do that, but you know, whatever, we just wear what we wear. But yeah, this is exactly what I would wear to work from home, or if I'm running errands on the weekend. Like, I would wear this pretty much every day of the week for most occasions, whether I'm like running to get groceries, or if I'm going to meet a friend for brunch, or if I'm, you know, just bopping around town. So yeah, really, really easy. Like, I will wear this summer probably several times. So anyway, moving on. Barely made a dent in this gin and tonic. All right. This is not a look that is going to appeal to everyone, because much like a lot of my clothing, like I am actually a very colorful dresser. I do wear a lot of neutral outfits as well, but I do not shy away from color, and I do not shy away from print. Like, I love it. So this is a very neat outfit. These pants, these fuchsia pants, which make me feel like I'm so excited for dahlia season. I really love dahlias, and I feel like these pants are really getting me in the mood for them. These pants are from Saison. They are the Theophilo style, and I don't believe that they make this color anymore, but they do make this pant style. So yeah, again, this is one where I regretted not buying. I think they did the Christie blazer in this color and material, and I regretted not buying that blazer because I would love to have this in a full suit. But admittedly it can be a lot for people. If you are somebody who prefers neutrals, then the pinkish color and the blue is like, it's a lot. And then I've thrown in black because I did feel like we needed something to sort of tone it down a little bit to ground it, and I thought that black was the color to do so. I feel like brown would have been really hard to make work with this. Just the black, I think, works better with the pant color. It just kind of provides contrast and grounding, but doesn't make it like super high contrast. I feel like brown would have been too high contrast, and I wouldn't want to do like a dark espresso brown or like a cognac brown. I feel like that just wouldn't be right. So black felt right, and I do find it to be quite grounding. So I like that. This is a very good office outfit. Like I would totally wear this into an office. If you wanted to, you could put on a black blazer and it would work. I don't think you need a blazer. I don't think every suit needs a blazer, but very lightweight, very comfortable, very tailored and professional looking, but still a lot of character and personality and a lot of like fun color. So I really like this. I probably will also wear this, even if I'm just wearing it from home. Like I'll put on my suit and work from home because I dress for me and I love to wear color. So I would totally do this. So I think that especially if you wanted to sort of dabble in this, doing a solid color with a very classic like striped shirt, that could be a great way to do a very bright and punchy outfit without going like too busy, right? And then pick your neutral to ground it. So that would be my advice if you wanted to do this. I've got an even brighter and more patterned colorful outfit for you. I know it's not for everybody, but like I said, I don't shy away from it. I love it. So I'm going to show you that next, and that'll be our last one. All right. Mixing prints. I love mixing prints. It's so fun. Okay, why this works. One, they both have white backgrounds. So we're carrying the white as the dominant background color through. That helps create cohesion. Two, there is blue in this skirt in a couple of places, and it's not too dissimilar from this blue. I mean, there are different blues, but it works, right? You've got blue and blue also carrying the color through. This skirt is also just so many different colors that throwing in another color, like even if there wasn't blue in this skirt, I would still feel pretty comfortable throwing in like, I could be wearing a yellow and it would probably work. There's probably some yellow in here somewhere. You know, I could wear like a nice green if it was a similar green. I wore this skirt with a cropped red top the other day. I wore this to the garden center on Memorial Day and I got a ton of compliments on this skirt. People love this skirt. As do I. I mean, again, it's from Saison, no surprise. Like literally half my closet is Saison. It's great. It's pricey, but it's great, and I've never had any quality issues with them. So, 10 out of 10. I got this 2 years ago. They make this style of skirt. I actually have 2 other versions of this exact skirt. Well, as in like 2 different patterns, but this cut and style of skirt. I own it in a couple of different colorways, if you will. But this is great. I love also the other reason it works. Another reason it works is because this is a very like fluid, like curvy, swirly shapes. Like it's more organic, if you will, in its curls and its design versus a very like solid geometric straight lines. And so that creates a nice visual contrast, but in a balancing way, right? And because we have the same colors throughout, it's not overwhelming, right? So if it was like, if this was bright yellow and then there were no, like, if the yellow wasn't in the skirt, if there wasn't a way to create continuity between the 2 pieces while holding that tension between the shapes, you know, it wouldn't work. You have to have sort of continuity as well as contrast. So that's why I love this outfit. It's just very summery, very fun. And I did pick the black to continue to, like, again, having a nice neutral grounds it. I could do white, but something about black, which feels a little heavier and a little bit more grounding. Sometimes white accents don't create this sort of heavy feeling. And when you have a really colorful, like vibrant piece, sometimes I like a black accent because it brings in a little heaviness and it brings you down just a little bit. Sometimes I find like white is just a little too much. It's too much for me personally. It doesn't look bad, it's just like my personal preference is to ground something a little bit. So I grabbed my black bag. However, I also have this very fun bright blue raffia bag, and this is honestly probably what I would go for. The blue is much darker than this blue, and I think it's darker than the blue in here, but this might be like more of a purpley blue. I don't know. I'm bad at colors, people. But I just think that this is super fun, and again, like it's in the same like vibrancy. I don't know what it's called. It's not shade. It's like hue. I don't know technical color words, but it feels like it's in the same vibrancy. And so I think it goes really well. It's just super fun. And I know I just said like black help grounds it. Because this is a darker shade, it doesn't feel quite as like floofy and airy. It feels a little bit calmer, even though it's a crazy bright blue. It just kind of blends in with the outfit. I think sometimes like a white bag would just, again, it doesn't give you anything to ground you. Anyway, I'm just rambling at this point. All right, that is a bunch of different outfit formulas. This is obviously a very classic style shirt, and so there's lots of different ways that you could wear this that would be very appropriate. Like I said, throw it on with any pair of jeans, almost any pair of shorts. Be a little conscious of the colors because like sometimes blue and green don't go great together depending on their shades, you know? But like really it's hard to go wrong with this kind of shirt and pretty much anything you want to wear. I think what you have to kind of think about is what do you want to communicate in terms of the feel. So when I wore full linen outfits, even though like one was super beachy but still like an elevated beachy, and one was very elevated because it was like a nicer outfit, but it was still very comfortable because it was all linen. Like linen is just, like I said, a more lived in feel. If I was doing this with a silk shirt, I probably would have created very different pairings. So be aware of the materials you're using and think about how that translates in terms of the feeling that your outfit is giving to people. But obviously you can wear linen in some really elevated ways. I showed you a bunch of outfits that you could wear to the office, both in like a nice and refined way, but also with a bit of casualness to it. Like I'm not sure that linen is ever gonna feel like the same way that silk would feel. You know what I mean? Linen is lived in. Silk is slinky and sexy and can still feel lived in, but it just communicates a different thing. So anyway, that is what I have for you today. I hope you're enjoying this styling series. If you liked this, please do hit the subscribe button and consider watching the rest of these. I have a pair of pants from Saison that are very fun, also a blue stripe. So we're going to show you how to style those pants. I also have the Will jacket in suede coming, and I think I am going to order maybe another pair of shorts that are green. And I might show you, again, it's kind of like where is the line between basic and something that might grant a little bit more of exploring. So we'll be figuring that out as we go, but most of the things that come into my wardrobe from here on out will be styled for you in multiple ways. And I hope that you enjoy it. And I would love to see your combinations too. Like what would you have styled it with that maybe I didn't think of? Let me know. See ya.